I wanted to do a reading. So I will do this on a weekly basis. All right, so I have bay leaf here. Bay leaf is for clearing purposes. If you're like me, you didn't really sleep a lot. Bay leaf is good for anti-depression, anxiety-ish, and also for upset stomach. So you don't want to congest this. You don't want to ingest a bay leaf unless you have major issues with your stomach. You really need to purge. Anyway, so I'm gonna light some bay leaf just to kind of separate ourselves from 2020. Yes. Because people burn sage, but sage is for like protection and clearing your space. Bay leaf is more of doing that for your internal body. It's good to smell this. All right. I really just want to say this to people. Today is like a very super spreader day. If you don't have to be anywhere, don't leave your... I mean, you can go outside, go walk the dog. But if you don't have to be somewhere today, do not go in big crowds. That would be the most less than smart thing you can do for yourself. So this is bay leaf. Yep, today's a super spreader day if you just joined me. If it's best for you to stay clear of being around groups of people, just do that for the next couple of days because a lot of people were touching each other yesterday. I'm just saying. So I have my book, my Angel Book of Numbers. And so I'll start with the number 1 since today is 1. And number 1 tells us, stay positive. Everything you're thinking about right now is coming true. So be sure that you So be sure that you are only thinking about what you desire. Don't put others in your, sometimes we do that a lot. I do that a lot. I always do a lot for other people first before me. But 2021, she needs to be about what you desire. And I like this, give all your fears to God. And I also like to say, don't fear God. Because I think when people say, like, it's the fear of God, my God will never intimidate you. Because God made you in his own divine image, which is of his own. So, it's my Angel Book Numbers. I'm reading number 1. And then I want to read number 20 and 21 because that's the year that we're at. So number 20 in my book here, it says, your connection with the Creator is strong and clear. God asks you to fill your heart and mind with faith. Ask heaven, or I say white light. Ask for white light. Whatever belief you have, white light is of the purest. Duh. It says, ask heaven or white light for help in what you are doing and what you desire. Faith, your faith is being rewarded. So that's 20. 21 says, your optimism is definitely warranted. The angels are working behind the scenes on your behalf right now. This is at the very minute. So those who are tuning in, this number 21 was your vibration. You can help support the angels and their work by saying positive affirmations and believing that your dream is already manifesting. Like I always say, just lie to yourself. It may not be lying to yourself, but it could just be like, you just put words of frequency out there and then let them have a harmonic reaction and let that be your... So let me tell you something really quick. I was almost defeated because I wanted 2 huge financial things to get done and get over with. And literally to the very last minute yesterday, both things went through. Both things went through. And it was like 2 days before that, I was like, uh-oh, I'm gonna be homeless. All right, so I have my Mythical Goddess tarot card deck. And I always like to say, like, the word tarot has a bad rap. This deck is mostly for insight on what's to come. This deck, Archangel Raphael deck, is about yourself, your personal health and wellness. So these are all words of affirmation. It has nothing to do with dark energy whatsoever. So I use them. So Mythical Goddess, if you want to find this on Amazon after. And then Archangel Raphael. Doreen Virtue is the same person who authored this book of angels. And they both found me. These were gifts from people. So here we go. The book, I usually don't go off reference. I go with my intuition. Hey, twin. I see my twin in the house. Ew. All right. So how this goes, if you haven't seen people do this before. We take a deck. We split it. Ooh, these wanted to fall. I think this is for Adam. My friend Adam. Put him over there. So whatever falls out is what I utilize because it resonates with whoever's watching me. So you guys have spirit guides, and your spirit guides have a way to pull a card out of the deck. So there's 4. Ooh, I ain't doing that many cards though. Okay. That one wants to fall. Let's do one more. I'm not doing y'all. Isn't that funny? If I did a reading for 2021, all the deck fell out. All right. Let's say these 2. I'll put these over here. So I don't know what those are. Something about somebody is here. But anyway. So I have the Empress card. And I need my book for this one. So the Empress, as you see, that is feminine. I see Mercury, the symbol. Oh, it's the 3rd priestess. Oh, there she is. Okay, so what she say is, she hears the weeping of the world, kind of like the Virgin Mary, offers relief of humanity's suffering. She has promised to stay on earth until every creature alive has attained enlightenment. The supreme goddess of China, she holds the healing waters of Amrita, which is also Artemis in Greek, in her vase. So that's her in her vase vase, right? And you see her heart chakra aligned, and her crown chakra is orange-ish. You also notice that her left arm, which is the feminine, is on her sacral. So that means there's total healing. I know what I'm doing. So Kuan Yin radiates the perfection, fusion, love of wisdom. And through her elegance and gentleness offers healing to all. So those who are watching, bam, there goes the healing. Her essence fills all of humanity with peace and comfort, to be filled with her mercy and healed into wholeness, healing in others. So what you put out is what is going to return. So this is going to be the year of the return, is what she's saying. She has a lot in common with Mary. It makes you think that if there were such thing as reincarnation, Mary was a body that, I guess, inspired every culture. The beautiful Kuan Yin gently yet powerfully invites you to open to the pure stream of love and compassion that is always available. Like I said in earlier in this live stream, call on white light because it's endless, it's limitless, and it's always around you. There's white everywhere. Let's move on. Oh, yeah. She exemplifies the feminine principle and the effectiveness of subtle power. Blah, blah, blah. Next, cleansing. We don't need to explain that. This kind of derains from people always do this like the new year is like a fresh start. But what are you going to do to actually activate that fresh start? Are you going to wipe out everything you learned last year? There's so many people who I've bonded with in 2020. Why would I want to just wipe that out and just kind of forget that if it weren't for these crucial times, that I really known who has my back, like who would really ride or die for me. So I don't think 2020 is something to make fun of in a negative way. I think it's okay to make fun of it. Like, damn, that was some shiitake mushrooms, wasn't it? But I say there's value in suffering with each other, and I think people learn that loneliness is a disease. It's worse than a virus, and that can kill you. But togetherness is what holds people together. Okay. Oh, and this was a water sign. So water sign is like in the age of Aquarius that we just entered. And also February, you'll probably see something coming in to, like, I don't know, healthcare. I'm feeling like it's in healthcare. Something's going to be introduced in February that will kind of help everybody get back on track in February, by February. We have the wind sign and confusion. So I think this has a lot to do with people who are moving, people who are in housing transitions, because we know a lot of things. See, the thing about the lockdown, if it terminates, they have to renew it. So if it renews itself, then something else has to come out to pose a threat towards humanity. So we're not out of the clear. Water sign again, child of innocence. So what this means is child of innocence. I want to read that one, actually. This is actually very informal, or very informative. Child of innocence. Girl, don't take that vaccine. Don't take that vaccine. And you know, the vaccine does have lung tissue of people are like, no, Aaron. Someone the other day, and I ranted on this last night, they were like, I want to know your facts behind this. I'm like, there ain't no facts. Like, it's on Wikipedia. Like, why are you asking me? I didn't write Wikipedia. It's right there. People have the stupidity to not look for it themselves because they like to lie to themselves about the truth. And that's what's confusing. It's like, it's easier to just believe something because many people are saying it. But other people choose this negative, naive, stupidity card. And I'm just going to be honest about it. Okay. Bell's palsy. Ooh, I don't want to do this. But they say that this really helps for viruses. Yep, I've been taking it every day. And you know what? Yesterday was the first day I actually felt kind of normal. Okay, so the child of innocence, it's a water card. It says the sweetness of this ocean child, innocence, teaches us trust, as in yourself. Because people put all their trust in facts. And they forget that an actual fact means that it is a matter of the primary source. So if a primary source ain't available to tell you, it's kind of not a fact. So if you think about news and media telling you stuff, it's probably not true. But then if you put your trust in the person who did the research, who found a reliable source to tell you, be careful of. There's only two alternatives. There's the be careful of, and then there is the I don't believe that. Which one would you choose? I would actually like to have someone look out for me. It says challenging times can require going deeply within, meditation, breathing, all that stuff. To find the inner truth center where stillness is. And stillness is known to, I'm sorry, where stillness is known and the need to control is released. So basically, what it's saying is whatever people are holding on to, they have to have the utmost self awareness and common sense to go, you know what, I'm going to let it go. Kind of like what I did with the whole Trump thing. I was like, look, y'all, he ain't said nothing on Twitter for a while. I'm gonna pull the truth card. I'm glad he has shut his mouth because people know that I lean more conservative, but the world's a happier place when he's not talking. But also, people forget that people in wealth and power and celebrities in Hollywood are also contracted to create a narrative, and the narrative always fools people, and people don't want to believe that. I'm like, you really think that is all normal? Like, they sit at a conference table and they decide a narrative, and everybody always falls for it. So that's where this child of innocence comes in, because it allows you to like what children do. They don't pay attention to what's serious to adults. They don't believe drama because they don't understand what drama is. You kind of have to just be like, yeah, not my problem. So it says, during turbulent times, open to the childlike quality of innocence within you to find your perfect way through. So by being irrational and loud and vocal, it doesn't really support you in 2021. You in 2021, and I as well, would be like, if something were to cause a chain reaction of, I would just be like, I'm gonna get back to you tomorrow. Because it's best to just not put off your emotions, but it's best to just pause. That's maybe my secret word. I love the word pause. Pause. I'm gonna have the rest of my day. I'm gonna eat my food, have a rest, drink a glass of wine, and when I wake up tomorrow, I'll have better clarity. I always tell people that. Like, sleep on your problems. Because everything that the world tells us not to do, it's actually the secret to actually do that. Because we live in an as above, so below. We've heard that so many times. So there's people who actually F with you intentionally because they know that's the secret. Facts. All right, the last one in this deck is criticism. And I think criticism is what is the issue that we are constantly going to have. I also saw when I touched the deck that this year the focus will be on the Latino culture. It'll be, how last year was Black Lives Matter, Black, 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 you're not black enough, Black, 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 Black. Biden, shut up, stop talking about black people. Like, they voted for you, shut it up. So I see the Latinos being the focus of 2021. So if you know this that I'm saying, see, that's the problem, because you have a culture of people that are actually more tight put together, and there's values and tradition in that. So when you interrupt a family, everybody is going. So I see it being a rough year in terms of pointing a finger at a particular group of people, and they ain't having it. And you're going to see a lot of the black community join them in. So I know something's going to be provoked, and it's always rich people who have nothing to do but pay people to cause trouble. This has been going on, that the whole Vegas incident, everything before that, Sandy Hook before that. Basically, rich people know how. It's kind of like the TV shows with children, the superheroes and whatnot. There's always a villain. There's always a villain. There's always a Joker to a Batman. There's always a Magneto to the X-Men. And people don't want to believe America has the same type of environment. Hi, JoJo. So these two, I have no idea who or what they're for, but these two fell out, and it's mad. It's kind of magnificent how you have Wheel of Fortune and the Wise Woman. The Wise Woman symbolizes birth, birth or life, death, birth, rebirth. Ooh, I got my hiccups. Usually, when you guys see me get a hiccup, it means that the energies are coming in. So I see healing, but I do see a lot more deaths coming. But I also see the Wheel of Fortune, which is a gamble. So you see a lot of people who either go, oh, I'm sick. Oh, well, who cares? I'll die. And then you have people say, I ain't going to leave. Let me put some ideas together and thrive. So I guess there's an angelic and then there is a gamble. That's what I see. I hope this has nothing to do with my family because I cannot handle another passing. Yup. It is, yeah, I don't see. And you see how this is a goddess of the Hindu culture and she has her tears. This is kind of like the Virgin Mary in the Catholic Church. She's the Lady of Grace, the Mother of Mercy, Lady Guadalupe, Lady Fatima. There's so many. And then what's her name? The Union, this lady of the Chinese culture. It's all the same interpretation of, it's the same person in different ways. You can also don't claim it, but at the same time, you can intervene by, see the thing, divine intervention is when you don't claim it, but you renounce the assignment. So if I go into prayer, I would say I renounce, I rebuke the assignment. What I've learned recently was not to bind anything, because when you bind it, it means that you're taking on the assignment and you're trying to extinguish it yourself. So a lot of people in church, like the ministers, they say, I bind and rebuke. It's like, bind means to hold it. Rebuke is to stop the assignment. But where does the assignment go? To the host. So we'll acknowledge that there are assignments because you can't cheat death and you can't stop death, but you can rebuke the negative assignments. Does it make sense? And then the last ones that I have for this deck, these are cool. Sacred Law. And so this has a lot to do with what I was just talking about. If you know there's negative, you have a soul destiny, a soul contract to either you have divine intervention, which is prayer. Some people do yoga because that's their church. Whatever you do, whatever. Some people do a dance class. Whatever you do that amplifies your own energy, happiness, it creates endorphins. That is a sacred law. They call it the forbidden mechanism. It's kind of like, you're not supposed to know that. But when you do it, you kind of learn about how life operates. Intention, we already know that. It's your resolutions. And then this last one, ecstasy. It's really just about following your own flow. If something says, like I say, like there's a book on how to do things. But then you're like, you know what? I don't want to follow the book because the book is how someone else would do it. But then you want to have your own ritual. You want to have your own thing. So do it your way. All answers will go to you regardless. I'm going to do 3 cards of this. I'm going to drink some orange juice and go to bed. I need a nap. I think I went to sleep at 4. I was watching SpongeBob after the countdown. Okay, so I only want to do 3 of these. Good. 2 fell out. I feel like this one needs to come out. I'm going to put that over there. Let's do one more. Hello. Okay, let's do this one. So this is my Doreen Virtue Archangel Raphael deck. Oh, look, Aaron. Stretch. Stretch. You didn't think that would be a tarot card, huh? You know, we like to say deck, because a deck is a whole different card. Deck just means that it's a form of good vibrations. Yep. They hide all the information because the thing is, if you tell people the direct truth, it won't get heard, or guess what? The end times won't be fulfilled. Because if you have a prophecy, you have to stretch things out. So these people who are celebrities, it's in their will and their contract to intentionally prolong consciousness. So that's what the sacred law means. Sacred law is when you understand how things flow and you contribute either understanding and you explain to people how it goes, like what I've been doing the rest of my life. Like some people will actually message me and tell me, I don't like you doing all that other stuff and talking. You know, you need to just do dance videos. And I'm like, excuse me, no one asked you. Number one. Number two, my mouth, my apartment, my phone, my Facebook. Okay? I'm trying to help the collective consciousness wake up. And it's taking forever for people to wake up. And it's annoying. But that is what sacred law is. When you are aware of where to go, you have the steps to get there. But then it's going to take a long time to get there. Anyway. So stretch is number one. Stretching is actually really important because it's not just your physical body. It's there's a lot of things that we go through and it becomes part of our muscles structure. Like, you know, when you get a massage and then you release things. So when you stretch, it's kind of like a grand release. It's like, oh, see, I yawned. So maybe in the morning, stretch for like maybe 2-3 minutes. You can do some head stuff. Whatever you need. You gotta fill in your chakras. All right, moving on. Yes. He looked like me too. Look, hey, with hair. That was my old hairline. This will be the say yes season. Just say yes. Just say yes. Don't flake, don't cancel, don't no-show, and actually whatever you want is yours. The last deck said this too. This is kind of like a time of abundance. You know, everything's good, everything's fresh, according to the people who think it's fresh here. So everyone's vibration is amplified right now. Everyone's happy. They should be happy. So I would say, and I told somebody this, I have a friend in India. She's like, I really want like my parents and my brother to like go away. And I told her, they don't go away. You can't manifest that, but you can manifest moving, getting a job, going to school, getting an education. I told her all that before the pandemic, and guess what? She didn't write it down. Now yesterday she told me that her parents, because it's in India, so different culture. Her parents put her in a, is it rehabilitation? So she had literally had her phone confiscated. They went through her phone and deleted one of her Instagram accounts. And also they told her they're going to delete everything off her phone and throw it away. And so, they went through her Instagram and deleted all of her posts, kind of like the things that I do. And she was telling me yesterday, I'm like, what did Aaron tell you? You didn't write it down. Write down the things that you, like I would say, I see $1,200 next Friday, January 8th, 2021. And no matter how it comes in, literally, I will see something of that timeline happen. So you don't have to always depend on psychics and all that. You can also just... I done told you 2 weeks ago, Joanne. Also, hydration. Water is essential because you cannot be your full self without water. Water is the purest element of all things in the universe. Drink more water. Have you guys had, is it Polish water? That Polish spring water? Oh my God, it's so good. Polish spring water. It's at 7-Eleven. It's so good. It's like from the ice caps of Poland. And you can taste it. Also, I've been telling people liquid oxygen. Like, I am on Amazon, right? And I look at all these, like, Chinese herb stuff. I'm going to take one right now. It's so tasty, too. Just like candy. Alkalized water helps too. The thing about it, though, alkalized water, I would suggest people take alkalized water and the liquid oxygen with yogurt to culture your stomach, and you got to have probiotics or prebiotics. You got to have both because your gut has to basically, like, here's your stomach. I don't want to be nasty, but here's the truth. Here's your stomach, right? Here's your alkalized water. It's too loose, right? So then that's how you feel. And then you kind of have your bowels have rainfalls, okay? Here's a probiotic or yogurt. Oh, look, here goes my vitamins. And then here goes the alkalized water. See that? It didn't move too much. So that's how it works. The alkalized water, it has to be still, and it has to marinate with your gut culture. And then that's going to eliminate the amount of mucus that's in your lower intestine. And when the mucus in your lower intestine is being replaced by this alkalized culture, you actually won't get that sick anymore. So they were saying that people who are getting sick a lot nowadays, it's because they have a lot of mucus in their belly. And people who eat meat, eggs, dairy, anything that comes from animals have mucus. But I like to argue and say that cows and animals that are in the sun for long periods of time have the highest amount of vitamins, and they encourage your melanin, your melatonin. Melanin is a fluid that comes from your pineal gland, and it helps your energy of your body. In church, you know how they anoint you with the cross? That's your pineal gland. Same thing. So that's why they do that at church. It's sort of like the holy version of yoga, minus you being on a mat. Anyways, I'm gonna go. I'm tired. Hope you guys enjoyed your reading, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Happy New Year! Whoop whoop! Happy New Year! I'll be back later today at 2 o'clock to do my workout at the beach. All right. I'll see you guys. Bye.